Hey guys, Chris here, back at it again with another review. Finally, it's been a while since I've done a review. And today I'm going to be reviewing the Mercedes Tourrider. It's a bus. I think this will be the first of a series of bus reviews. I mean, it's really only going to be three because it's the three that my company has, or the three types that my company has. But yeah, so Mercedes Tourrider. Like, what the hell is that? Like, you've probably never heard of that before. Well, actually, you've probably not heard of any kind of bus before. But, it's, from what I can tell, it's like, or it is the only Mercedes bus in the United States. It was formerly Cetra, whatever the hell it was called. Like, that was Mercedes before Mercedes. But, I guess it's one of, like, 5 like coach buses in the United States. There's MCI J4500, which is the most popular, Van Hool CX45, Prevost H345, this thing, Mercedes Tourrider, and to a much lesser extent, well, actually this is kind of a lesser extent, but also Temsa TS45, and some other, like, I've seen like Chinese stuff before, like Higer or whatever, Higer, whatever model it was called, and there's other stuff too, I'm sure. Oh, and the Volvo 9700, who could forget? But yeah, so it I guess in terms of what it is, like, it's Mercedes. That's the whole gimmick about it, is that it's a Mercedes bus. But strangely enough, in terms of like luxury, it kind of doesn't feel like it's top of the line. Like, if anything, a Prevost H345 feels more top of the line than this. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that this is actually, the Mercedes Tourrider is actually cheaper than a Prevost H345. I could be completely wrong about that, and I probably am completely wrong about it. But for some reason, I thought I remembered hearing that somewhere, that this was actually not as expensive as people thought it to be. But, well, why is that? Why is it, what makes it what it is, I guess? Well, like I said, it's Mercedes. And at the end of the day, you're going to have all these things that are, like, common to Mercedes stuff. Like, the steering wheel is proprietary Mercedes steering wheel. I think the gauges are, too. It's really hard to see because there's, like, light coming in right now. And, like, just the dashboard overall, I think, is made just for Mercedes. I could be also completely wrong about that. But not all of it, though. Because you see little things like, the HVAC ducts, or whatever you want to call them, blowers. I see those on Van Hools. And the, what else is, like, a common part? Of course, the Allison transmission, button pad, that's like on every single bus. Parking brake is kind of unique, actually. It's like this weird, I'm trying to show this to you guys, but also, oh yeah, it's like this weird thing you pull up like this. Again, I'm trying to angle this to, like, you pull that to engage it, and then you push the little button to release it, which I like pulling it up. I kind of wish you could just push it down. Like, I wish it was like a normal parking brake on a car, but you have to push the button to release it, which kind of sucks. But I mean, overall, it's pretty good. I think it's got a lot of, like, tactile stuff, like this, what do you call it? Like, engine brake selector. I really like. I like that it's like 5 or 6 stages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 stage. Like, I think that's kind of, I could also be wrong about this too, but isn't that kind of how it is on, like, semi trucks? Like, it's more of like a stick instead of something on the wheel. And same thing with the turn signal. Like, it's very, very tactile. Gauges are analog, which I always love. I hate digital dashboards. I cannot stand them at all in anything, in a car, in a bus, whatever. I like the microphone. You swing it down and you push the on button, and ladies and gentlemen, you know, that type of thing. But It drives pretty good too. It's real smooth. Transmission is super smooth. I know it's just an Allison automatic, but I don't know if there's a way that Mercedes like configures it. I have no idea. I don't really know too much about transmissions, honestly. But the engine is obviously made by Mercedes diesel engine. I don't think that it could be any other way. What else is really interesting about this bus that's kind of unique to it? I like that it has a physical key. Like, it's just like the old style of key. Like, I was like trying to show you guys this, but it's kind of a weird angle. But yeah, like you turn it like off, on, and then hold to crank it. I've literally never seen that in a bus. It's always either been push button start, or like on the previous generation of Prevo, it's kind of like it sort of splits the difference. Like it acts as a key, but it's just in there all the time. It's kind of like a lawnmower key almost. It's more like a lawnmower key than anything else, actually, than a Prevo, which is kind of ironic, considering that I mean, it's just funny that it's basically a lawnmower key. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Like, this thing's really interesting, and I guess for whatever reason, there's two, like, in the like little storage thing, there's 2 cigarette lighters in this bus. I have no idea why. I don't think they plug into anything up here. I mean, there might be like something for it, but I just find it really funny that for some reason there's cigarette lighters in like basically a brand new bus. You know, being a Mercedes too, it's gonna have a bunch of gimmicks to it, and the one that I really don't like actually is after you drive for a certain amount of time, it's probably like 3 hours or so, every like 15 minutes it'll just beep at you to take a break. Like, don't tell me when to take a break. If I want to drive for 10 hours straight and take my break, then that's when I'm taking my break. If I want to drive for an hour and take a break, that's when I'm going to take my break. I'm not going to take a break based off when the bus is telling me to take a break. Get the hell out of here, bus. You don't know me. But I mean, outside of that though, like, I generally like driving this. And this is kind of annoying actually. There's like this little section of this bus that is like straight out of a transit bus. Like, you have this metal thing here and glass back up there. And because of that, it kind of gets in the way. Like when I'm, there's no way to like show this to you guys, but I would be like steering and it would make me almost honk the horn because it hits and like my arm would kind of be forced back. Luckily that didn't happen, but I feel like it has the possibility to happen, to be honest. So I don't really know why this thing's here, because they made such like an aggressive like step system up, you know. But like, yeah, I don't know. I think overall, I was gonna say something about driving this. Oh yeah, actually, this is my 3rd time ever today driving one of these, and when I drove it for the first time ever, like more than a year ago, like close to a year, or more than a year and a half ago, I was like, I don't really like this that much. Like, I didn't like it a one bit, and I still prefer other buses, but it is not as bad as I remember. The one thing I don't like is that it tries to feel like a car, because the pedals are like, they're car-sized pedals. They're literally just car pedals. And on a bus, I'm used to the brake and gas pedal literally being like, I'm trying to find something to like compare it to. I'm used to them literally being like almost this size. Well, maybe not like this wide, but like maybe like this wide, and actually about this tall. Like, I'm used to just big chunky like rectangles, you know, and this is just has like car like brake and gas pedals, you know. But that doesn't really matter when you're driving it all that much. Like, it's just a matter of getting used to it. But overall, like, it's not bad, and it's definitely not as bad as I remember it being. Another complaint I have, though, I know I keep like alternating between saying it's not bad and complaining, but the sunshades are actually terrible. Like, they look at all this like negative space, between like the pillar and where the shade is, and like same thing in the middle. But like, I don't know why they couldn't just widen them a little bit. It kind of reminds me a lot of the ones on a Van Hool, because those kind of are terrible. But I don't know. I guess if you don't drive into the sun that often, you'll be fine. Oh yeah, one thing I love is this giant ass window. Look at this giant window. First of all, it's just a big window to begin with, but it rolls down. This big monstrosity of a huge, like, awesome window rolls down. Like, you're lucky to have like a window that is literally like this big, maybe. Like on Van Hools, they literally have the second biggest window, and they're like that big. This window's huge. I've literally never seen a window this big. It's awesome. But yeah, what else did I want to say about this thing? A lot of little, like, weird things that are shared. Like I said, like the air ducts. The toilet is like a weird split between a Prevost and Van Hool toilet. Like, it looks like a Van Hool toilet, but it flushes like a Prevost toilet, where it, like, you press the button and it just flushes for however many seconds. But it is exactly a Van Hool toilet. Like that stupid, like, cone-shaped thing with the flap at the bottom. And, yeah, I don't even know why those are still manufactured. Like, they're terrible, for everything. Not that I've done everything on them, but, I've only peed in them, guys. I've only peed in bus toilets. I don't do anything else in a bus. It's like cardinal rule number 1. But yeah, just weird, like, part sharing. That's what I was trying to make a point of. I feel like there's some other part that I'm missing. I might be losing my mind, but I feel like it has the same chassis as a Temsa, because if you look at, like, how this, like, the tag axle steers, it's like the same exact angle as a Temsa, and they have like the same weird, like, wheel covers. Like, not hubcaps, because obviously, like, 22.5-inch aluminum steel wheels don't have hubcaps, but, like, you know what I mean, like the thing that goes kind of over the lug nuts. But, like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of weird part sharing going on with this bus, and I don't know too much about them, but I know enough to be like, wait, this is from something else, But overall, like, not bad, honestly. Not as bad as I remember it to be. Not as good as I'd like it to be, being a Mercedes. But definitely not as bad as I remember. Like, I'm kind of like a purist with, like, buses. Like, I don't like them to be too gimmicky. I don't like them yelling at me, which you'd think I would like Van Hools a lot more than I do, but the old ones I like. I don't really care for the new ones at all. Like, at all. But yeah, no, this was definitely not as bad as I remember, and actually, I kind of hope I get to drive it again. It was fun to drive. Like, you kind of have to watch out a little more, because it does have a little more tail swing with the way the back tires, or the tag axle kicks out, but not bad. So, what would I rate it? Well, among other buses, well, actually, pure numbers wise, I would give it, it's not the best I've ever driven. I think the best bus ever is the MCI J4500 by a long shot. Especially some of the older ones. I love driving the old ones. Those are like a 9 out of 10. My favorite bus ever, actually, that I've driven is Van Hool. But it's like a very, very specific Van Hool, and it is not like any others. It literally, my company, the lore behind the bus is, like, it accelerates insanely quickly, which apparently There's the reason for that is my company, like, they put a different transmission than like what it originally had in it, so it just shifts like a lot quicker. Like, top speed is like everything else here, but like it accelerates insanely quickly. Like, it's not even funny. But I guess numbers wise, I don't know why. Well, I'll put a little tangent there, but numbers wise, I would say this overall would be a 7.2 out of 10. There was some stuff to be desired, but what really made up for it was it just being not as bad as I remember it being. And I'm like, wait, why was I ragging on this so hard? But overall, not bad. 7.2 out of 10. In terms of where it is with other buses, I would say, like I said, number 1, MCI. No, number 2 is any given MCI J4500. Number 1 is my favorite bus ever, the Van Hool. Number 3 is the previous generation Prevost. Number 4 is the previous generation Van Hool. Number 5 is the current generation Prevost. I messed this up. I forgot to include this thing. You know what? At the end of this series, I'll give a conclusive like tier list, maybe, or like something close to a tier list, because there's so few things to choose from. But yeah, no, this was pretty good. 7.2 out of 10. Expect more of these, because I think what I'm gonna do is just like film them as I'm in them. You know, like, I mean, technically I could have talked about this like anywhere else, but I was like, you know, I got an extra long break today because I got down here super early, and why not make a video, you know, in the thing I'm reviewing. So yeah, expect more of these types of things. At least 2. I mean, it's probably only going to be 2 because there's only 2 other types of buses my company has. But and most companies have, like, literally most companies only have MCIs. We have like everything here. Everything that matters, I guess I should say, because there's some, like I said, some goofy like off-brand whatever, but we don't have that here because it's garbage. We got the best stuff here, but yeah, I will see you guys in the next video then.